my God, dude. The hi-hat part is messing with me. That's super challenging. Well, let's talk about it for a second, because in the previous video, a lot of people may mention they weren't a musician, or they just like, they did not play drums and they were kind of curious about music stuff. So in music, not all music, in most music, there are 4 beats per measure. We call those quarter notes because they're 1/4 the amount of time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the tempo of this piece. Now, we have a 3-note ostinato. Ostinato meaning basically repeated, reoccurring rhythm happening. We got 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Where do we get those subdivisions? Well, if you take every quarter note and divide it into 4 spots, you get 16th notes, because you can fit 16th notes in one measure. We count it like this: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, and so on. We're the main trifecta we're getting here: 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Okay, but what's really difficult and demanding here, in my opinion at least, is normally we put our hi-hat placement like in beats 2 and 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. But he's putting them on the E. Remember the partials we talked about, 1 E enda? So every E, there's a hi-hat, which is definitely not normal. And it's also super demanding ergonomics, like what speaking, because his left foot's going from the bass pedal to the hi-hat, and it's just super consistent. There is no lag. There is no delay. That is perfectly played in time. So you're playing 1 E enda, 2 E enda, 3 E enda, 4 E enda. It's super like weird at first, but your mind adjusts very quickly if you're able to play it in time. I'd never be able to do this. This is quite amazing. So that foundation of 3 is there because we're splitting 3 notes along that. So wow, let's just go back a couple seconds, put your ear down on the hi-hat, and just appreciate the syncopation that's going on, and like linear playing. It might look easy. It's not easy. Listen to that. Beautiful. There it is. I see it. Okay, I saw it that time. I got a comment on the previous video that said, hey, no mention of the different placement of stick between the fulcrum location difference. I just saw it now. Okay. Normally you play match grip here, fulcrum being between thumb and first finger. He's clearly shifting over to here. Now, I could never do this. I'm so ingrained to here, but I can understand why he would do it though, because probably stamina and just relaxing and giving this part of your fulcrum a break and moving to this, because you're probably going to pull with back fingers because you're going to get connection between middle, third, and pinky. It feels very foreign to me. I could see over time why this would be advantageous, but the switch between that, I don't think I could ever get used to that. I mean, obviously with practice maybe, but that's pretty cool. I would assume it's just a little bit of a relief from the stress and pressure. Once you get it back, you flip back. I'm not totally sure if that's the reason why it does it, but that would make the most musical sense to me. Got a hi-hat, man. What? That's a very Gajic accent feeling. What was that? Hold on. Are we grouping like some weird 5-lit? I don't know what that is. Hold on. I don't know, but it's nice though. It's real nice. Oh, there's a right. Yeah, there's that switch. Oh, there we go. That is a beautiful group. So you've got the hi-hat on E, you've got the cymbal on the right side cymbal over here on the end. So we're pushing that trifecta one more timbre. Timbre just meaning basically like style of sound we're getting on the kit. Okay. So now you've got the already syncopated funky groove feel with the hi-hat being so, at least to me, it's so intrusive to where I'm feeling that. Not in a bad way. It's just like in a like jar you awake way. But now we push that, our ostinato, our groupings of 3 that we're just kind of displaying all over this piece so far. And now we're including the offbeat hi-hat. So that's not like an abnormal thing at all. It's just, it's cool to hear when I'm getting the E and the hi-hat as our foundation instead of like 2 or 4 or a downbeat or a strong downbeat. So This is very interesting. Yeah, that's a great up close camera position right there. You can see when he goes on to the ride, you can see playing between the regular part of the cymbal and shifting to the bell. Look how great his match grip is. It's coming up. The ga-ga, the ga-ga, the ga-ga. That shift is so smooth, man. Love it, love it, love it. One more time. We'll keep going. Consistency of sound, man. It's amazing. Some variety in the phrasing. The hi-hat. You're getting some very beautiful snare drum playing too. Everything is very smooth. It's cool to look at his left hand. If you notice how just like one of the things you're learning and always teaching if you're in a music teaching position too is you never want to teach people to like tense up. Like look how relaxed you can execute all these things from a relaxed position. You can tell the ergonomics are like very proficient in practicing in that style. Notice how his left hand is just it's kind of squeeze and release here. There's so much rotation with what's going on with all the execution of the stuff. Let's go back. What is it, 218? Let's go back to like 206. Just look at the left hand here. But when it gets to the snare drum. Yeah, man. It's really nice. Oh, the tambourine comes out. So this groove is super exposed now. When it's just the kick and the hi-hat, it feels so funky. Not funky in a bad way, just a little bit funky. I just want this transition one more time. Oh man. No one's gonna take me alive. Oh, that works so good against the synth bass line. Okay. Oh, that grooves, man. We get a little variation in the kick drum too. Nice, nice, nice. So now we've shifted. Let's talk more about some music stuff. Since we talked at the beginning, we got to talk about it now. So remember how we said 4/4, 4 beats per measure, quarter notes getting the pulse. Now there are some shifts you can do. You can think of this in two ways. We can think of this, it's still in 4, and now the focus is triplets. So we're thinking 1 enda, 2 enda, 3 enda, 4 enda. Or we can think of it as in 12/8, which is really the same thing. It's still, because 4 times 3 is 12. In the music setting, we're probably going to say, hey, we're going to play this part in 12/8. It's the same thing as 4/4, but everything's triplets. It's really just easier to write because when you're writing in 4, you have to denote every grouping of 3 notes with a 3 above it. If it's in 12/8, it's implied. Just it's quicker to write. It's easier to read on the fast part. Doesn't really matter. I just want to let you know. But I did dig the build up into this. When we get strictly on the cymbals and then the feet take over, just how we just drop the bottom out a little bit, and then when that drop happens, it's really it's impactful. Oh my God, dude. Woo. And there we are, switched between match drip and the altered match drip. Clean. That's very clean. All right, there you go. Okay, so speaking of rhythms, let's finish it out because now we have the fast point, right? People will say, "Oh, he plays so fast." What you're hearing right now is if we're in 4/4, it's 16th note triplets. So remember, there's 4 beats: 1, 2, 3, 4. If we play 8th note triplets, 1 enda, 2 enda, 3 enda, 4 enda. If we play 16th note triplets, that means we're fitting 6 notes to every 1/4 note. So the ratio is 6 to 1. I can't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that fast. I can just sing it to you. So that's what his feet are doing there. Now, you had heard those speed of rhythms earlier because all those fills, he was like what's happening. It's going around the kit with all these patterns that you have like at muscle memory, you know, because he's played them at, you know, light speed a million times. But it's nice to hear just straight up in the feet. That is, it's pretty amazing. So it's a very clear and consistent sound. So for me, that's the impressive part. So let's go back a bit and we'll let it go. And back into the 12/8 rock beat. So that's a great, we call it, I mean, for me, not we, I mean, most people, it's a transfer of energy, right? We have a consistent in the feet and we come out and we play a fill and it works perfectly. And it's very musical, right? Because it sets you up for the next downbeat and the next set of the next phrase within the music. So if you just go back, listen to the feet, you know all about 16th note triplets now. Just listen how those transfer from the feet to the hands to the fills and bring us musically into the next phrase. And that's why we call, I mean, that's why we call a drum fill a drum fill. It's exactly that. Here we go. Dude. And that's the opposite. The fill into the blast of the feet, man. There it is. Woo. Oh yeah. Imagine sweat in your eyes, burning. Yeah, that's very, very, very impressive. I like that quite a bit. That was kind of fun at the end to watch the 8th note triplets in the right hand here. Really kind of open fulcrum for a moment there. Then things get a little more stiff and we're grabbing on and you can see that got to burn that energy all the way to the finish line. Just watch the right hand here. Watch the right hand. Coming up. 2, 3. Focus right hand. Big quarter notes. Get a little more involved. And open fulcrum. Get insider. Yeah, there it is. That's cool. So much respect, man. The hardest working drummer. And I love how we talked about in the last video. If you've never seen his 1 million subscriber video, if you want to learn about real work ethic and what you can do with your mind and your body and your musicianship and cultivate and create a craft, what it really takes, that's the best video I've ever seen from any artist talking very real about it. So that's what it is. All right. I love this guy. I respect this guy so much. Hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. All right. My name is DrumRollTony. Catch me when I'm live on Twitch. Link for all the socials down in the video description below. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you did not like the video, thumbs down. However, you should definitely subscribe to the channel so you can catch the next one. All right, YouTube thinks you should watch this video next. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.